video of Aqua Paradise. So in this video of Aqua Paradise, there's going to be an African cichlid video. Now obviously I told you guys that when I got the brichardi or fairy cichlids, whichever you like to call it, I told you guys that there'll be African cichlid videos. Now this is going to be a African cichlid video, but it's also going to be part of the freshwater fish guides series. Because obviously, even though they're an African cichlid, they're also a freshwater fish, so I cannot exclude them from the freshwater series. So obviously today we're going to do a guide on how to keep brichardi. So you probably think, brichardi, what are they? Well, obviously brichardi have many different names and there's many different varieties of them. So these particular brichardi here, you will most likely see them labelled in your local fish store as fairy cichlids. Now obviously you can probably guess why they call them that, because generally brichardi have very long flowing fins. So these guys are relatively one of the easiest African cichlids to keep. They are a Tanganyikan cichlid because they come from Lake Tanganyika. Obviously, as you obviously keep African cichlids or been a hobbyist for quite a few years or so, you probably know this already. But as you don't, African cichlids are generally split up into a few different sections. Now, obviously, in Africa, there's a lot of different lakes. There's probably hundreds of lakes and rivers and stuff. But three main areas where we get fish from in the trade is from Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi and Lake Victoria. Now these have three different types of fish. Obviously you have Tanganyikans, Malawis, which are split into like Mbunas and things like that, and then obviously you have Victorian cichlids, things like that. Now, and as well, you also have your saltwater cichlids from Africa, like your Credensis, your Pelviachroma species. So, anyway, so back to the brichardi. These are actually Tanganyikans. They are pretty much bottom dwellers. They will come to the surface like so, but generally they stick to the bottom. As you can see, they hide a lot within rocks. A lot of the time, people use ocean rock for African cichlid tanks. I don't recommend it. You can, there's nothing wrong using it, lots of people use it, however I don't recommend it. I do prefer things like limestone or sandstone where there's no crevices in the actual piece of rock itself, because obviously you can see these fish are maybe an inch, 2 inch, and obviously within ocean rock there's holes and stuff. These guys can get easily stuck in that. So obviously a lot of rock is needed. Clay pots, like you can see here, are good for spawning. Your rock is good to keep the water hard and also keep pH stable at high end. This is generally due to the rock having high calcium in it. Obviously calcium obviously keeps your water alkaline, which obviously means it stays high. For these guys, pH recommendation is no lower than 8.0. You know, 8.0 to 8.4. Around about 8.3 to 8.4 is your best bet. Just like a marine tank, you want to keep it about 8.3 to 8.4. With these guys, to tell the gender of these guys is pretty difficult. Unlike things like German blues and Credensis, you can't actually look at them and differentiate. I can't even say that word. To separate which are male and female. So generally, I thought when I first seen these that the one on the left was a male and the smaller one at the centre was a female. Obviously, size difference. You know, that's a big thing with cichlids. I was wrong. I have 5 brichardi in here and all 5 are female. Now how you can tell this is I'll show you a picture in a minute, or around about now, that these fish have like a snowman shape, and as you can actually see on the picture, what will come up is that they'll have a small hole and a larger hole, and this is the female. Obviously, is they don't have a snowman shape or not look similar to the picture, it's because it's a male. Typically these guys will pair, and generally pair for life. However, to be honest with you, I'm not that experienced of a Tanganykan cichlid keeper to tell you that to keep one male with every female. So I'm going to play this safe and just tell you guys to make sure you have more males than females. That's always your safe bet. We do actually have on the GP Tropical and Marines Facebook page quite a few experienced Tanganykan keepers, which is you're interested in Tanganyikans, click out the link below and you'll be able to see that. So I'll show you the picture now, and then obviously we'll cover another topic on the brichardi. That picture shows it's a female. Now, yeah, so that's a female. So it doesn't look like that's a male. So these guys are pretty one of the most easiest to keep Tanganykan cichlids, one of the peacefulest, and also one of the smallest. You know, these guys don't get no bigger than roughly 10 centimeters, about 4 inches around about. They get no bigger than that. They generally live in big groups and shoals, but in the aquarium, about 5 or 6 would be fine in a 20-gallon. You can keep them in 5 gallons, but remember, as you are going to keep them in 15 to 20 gallons to 25 gallons, I would recommend a species only tank, like this for example, because as you can obviously understand, as I put some more Tanganyikans in here with a different species, it's going to be bloodbath. You know, the tank's so small. I have got a little surprise for you guys. I am getting a 4-foot tank. Now you're probably thinking that I'm going to end up making it my marine tank. I'm not. The marine tank I currently have is a 40-gallon marine tank. This 4-foot is a 40-gallon. So water volume, there's no difference. Obviously, my marine tank I have at the moment, as you go and check out my other videos on my marine tank, is actually a 39-inch, so just over 3-foot tank. So I'm going to keep the tank the same. There's no point really. It's the same water volume, just a bit longer. I don't keep fish which swim that much, to be honest with you. I don't keep tangs and things like that. I keep clowns and smaller species like that you see in the marine tank. Mainly it's coral, so not too bothered. So I'm going to make the 4-foot a Tanganykan tank. Is I don't make the Tanganykan tank and just keep this 40-gallon brichardi tank, then I will actually make that 4-foot tank a large South American tank, maybe a discus, possibly a discus, you know. 4-foot is pushing it with a discus tank really, you know. And maybe get a bit of discus, but you know, don't know. I might keep it a plec tank. 4-foot is quite nice for quite a few species of smaller plecs. Obviously you can't keep like a 12-inch fully grown sailfin or common plec. So yeah, so that tank, any ideas, pop them in the description below. Most likely will be a Tanganykan tank. I've got a few things lined up. Is not, then we don't know, but yeah. So for more information about brichardi, click the link in the description below to my Facebook page, JP Tropicals and Marines. There is absolutely tons of Tanganykan keepers, and especially 2 specialists, Andrea and Andy on there. Obviously won't know them, so just obviously comment on the group as you go there, just say from the YouTube video, and then obviously I'll just tag obviously Andy and Andrea in there. They'll tell you everything they know about Tanganyikans, and as you live in the UK, they'll hit you up. They've got quite good deals on at the moment. So there you go, guys. This is a how to keep brichardi. Don't forget to check out BB2 Marine. All links will be in the description below. Facebook pages and all that stuff, you know, banged on about it all through a video, so obviously I'm sick to death of hearing about it, but yeah. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos and my upcoming videos soon to the channel, and thanks for watching.